Legendary weapons. What were once the pinnacle of Deepwoken's weapon class, now little more than paperweights. I swear to God, chat, I leave the Diluvian mechanism and I'm throwing around shit like Mr. Beast. You want a crit blade? Here you go, 3-star damage. I only got 5 of them from a single run. Curved blade? Don't even worry about it. These legendary weapons are everywhere. And with each update, we seem to follow this trend where they drop a new legendary update, it's super broken, and then it gets nerfed into oblivion. While rarity definitely plays a part in the lack of mystery and the lack of value around legendary weapons, I do firmly believe it comes down to a flaw in design. When we look at the previous legendary weapons, being the Crypt Blade and the Curved Blade from Verse 1, not only were they exceptionally rare, but they were exceptionally powerful. They were clearly much stronger than any other weapons when you look at their base damage, their crit, and their special on-hit effect. That is what made these weapons special. The Crypt Blade could proc Shadow Talents on M1, and the Curved Blade had the continuous aftercut effect. Now, after time, all of these new legendary weapons have gotten a unique critical, but by and large, that's all that they've received. And while that would be special on its own, if legendary weapons had unique criticals that made them stand out, sure, maybe that would justify them being in that legendary class. But almost every main weapon has a unique critical. It's not really anything special, especially when things like, let's say, the Rail Blade, like Plesky's Inferno, the Deep Spindle, that critical is the only thing that makes them powerful. They've really just lost a lot of that charm. And I understand why legendary weapons, really everything in general, isn't as rare as it used to be. They don't want casual players to feel like they will never have that top tier of weaponry. It sort of artificially prolongs your game time when you have to grind hours and hours to get the weapon you wanted. But why is that necessarily a bad thing? Why can I have everything I want with very little investment? It takes away from the feeling of the weapon itself. It's very hard to even call these legendary weapons. In fact, I would say that there are only 2 legendary weapons in the game, being the Pur's Keeper and the Crypt Blade. Everything else would be better categorized as a unique weapon, or a mystic rarity weapon. It's just unfortunate. Especially when you have something like Wraithclaw locked behind the most idiotic obtainment quest. And then you have other things, like Plesky's Inferno. What an amazing quest. The Cura's Winter, not the greatest, but it's still pretty cool. I have to look for an NPC to get an abysmal dogshit weapon? What? And then Deep Spindle now you can just get, I believe, from Ferryman, unless those screenshots are fake. Why must everything be easy to get? What is the point, man? It's like, why would I even use a normal weapon? Why would I even go for most of the enchants when the legendary weapon is just that much easier to get? Now, granted, when you get to those higher echelons of PvP, in a lot of ways an enchanted weapon is better than a legendary weapon, but that's not always the case. Regardless, I don't even think enchants should be as easy to get as they are. Why? Why? It takes away from so much of the special feel of the game. And I understand that the developers really don't want black marketing to return in any way. And this is the same problem that Deepwoken has had in the past. Why does the majority of the player base have to suffer a lesser experience just to try and accommodate, well, what if people exploit? We can't have anything like, we can't have time stop or like bells that allows you to find players on the map, because what if people ESP and then say it's their bell? We can't have like legendary and enchants be rare, because of what if people black market? Why do we have to pay the price for the actions of a handful of shitty people? It's not cool, dude. It's just not as fun.